Hi guys, so we've got a 40-minute EMOM to work through today's big piece. Starting off with 6 minutes continuous movement of some animal walks, looking to warm up your hamstrings and your midline. So you've got a 10-meter bear crawl, 10 pike knees to elbow, a 10-meter ostrich walk, and then 10 split squats. And you're just going to work through that as many times as you can in the 6 minutes. As I said, the main bulk of the class today is a 40-minute EMOM, guys. You've got 5 different stations to work through. So you've got a laying leg lower, a goblet curtsy lunge, hollow rocks, a either kettlebell dumbbell or a weighted single arm thruster, and then sprawls. And you just work through that for the 8 rounds. So I'll start with the warm up and then we'll take you through the workout. So the first movement, guys, is your bear crawl. So if you can, you're going to keep your legs nice and straight to load up the shoulders. If you need to put a slight bend because your hamstrings are quite tight, that's fine. But you want to get as high as you possibly can, and you're just going to walk out your 10 meters. If you're short on space like me, guys, just go back and forwards until you hit the 10 meters. The next movement, guys, you've got a pike knee to elbow. So you're going to stay in that position, so hips nice and high over the top of the shoulders, and you're going to move your knee to your elbow and then come back. Knee to elbow and come back. It's just starting to engage the abs and load the shoulders as you go through that. You're then going to work on a ostrich walk, guys. So with a slight bend in the back knee, you're going to raise the front leg in front and just gently lean forward and then switch. So front leg stays straight, back knee slight bend. And it's just an active hamstring stretch that you're going to work through for the 10 meters. Once you've done that, the split squat, guys, so take a slightly wider stance, drop the knee to the ground, and I would suggest maybe doing 5 on one leg and then switch and just do 5 on the other. Dropping that knee to the ground, making sure the knee stays level with the toes in that parallel position. Okay? So once you've got through that for the 6 minutes, you've got your main bulk of the class. So with your object, guys, whether that's a dumbbell, kettlebell, I've got my trusty backpack, the laying leg lowers, pop your object down, and you're going to lay out nice and straight. Hold on to your object, bring your legs up, and then lower back down. Okay, try and keep your legs straight, because the longer that pivot point is, the more you're going to load your abs. That's your first minute. Second minute is a curtsy lunge. So holding your object, whether that be your dumbbell, kettlebell, or your bag, hold it to your chest, stand with your feet underneath your hips, and then you're going to send one back and behind till your knee kisses the ground, and then stand back up, and then switch sides. So stand up and switch sides. And you're just going to alternate that for the 40 seconds. The next movement, guys, you've got hollow rocks. So back down to the ground, holding that hollow body position, and rocking back and forwards. Making sure you don't bring your legs up too high. If you need to scale, you can bring your hands forward, you can bring one leg in, or you can bring both. But you want to try and keep moving for that 40 seconds, or even if you need to scale down as it starts to get tougher, just to keep yourself moving if you can, guys. Your fourth movement is that single arm thruster. So back to that object you have, as say if you've got a kettlebell or dumbbell, that's great. That's just going to sit level with the shoulder. I've got my backpack, so I'm going to tuck it into that front rack position. Keep my other arm out for balance. Squat down to that hip crease goes below the knee, and then press up and overhead. Making sure, as always, guys, that the wrist stays level over the shoulder and the hip. And then just bring it back down and squat, okay? And you're just going to switch, so I maybe do 20 seconds on one side and then 20 seconds on the other, okay? Hopefully your weight isn't as cumbersome as mine, guys. Obviously, if you can get something slightly closer to the shoulder, great. But if not, just make do with what you've got. Last movement is the sprawl. So very simple version of a burpee. You're going to drop your hands out, feet come out to that plank position, and then just stand straight back up again. So a nice quick variation of a burpee. But making sure you maintain that plank tabletop position in the bottom. Okay, guys? Hips, feet should come back underneath the hips as you stand, and then just stand tall at the top, no need to jump and clap. So 40 minutes is a long one today, guys. Get into classes if you can. Any questions, give us a shout. Have a good day.